Happy Halloween. We got 3 NBA games to talk about. Let's get into it. What's going on, everyone? Welcome back into another episode for Just a Bet Outside. I'm your host, Steven, and we are here for Tuesday's 3 NBA games. Happy Halloween for anybody who celebrates it. Or some of you might not even know what Halloween is. I don't know what part of the world you're at, but just want to say it's Halloween, and my 4-year-old girl is dressing up as Belle from Beauty and the Beast, and my little 2-year-old boy is going to be a fireman. So hopefully from here on out he will dress as something to do with sports, but I'll let him be a fireman for this year. But hope everyone enjoys it. Stay safe. Also, shout out to Ryan's wife. Happy birthday to you. That's awesome. So leave a comment below. Give her some happy birthday wishes. I got a must answer for you guys before we get into basketball. What is your go-to favorite candy? We got to know it because it's Halloween. What is your go-to? Mine, it is simple and easy. It is the Reese's Peanut Butter Cup. Reese's Fast Break, anything peanut butter and chocolate. It is freaking good. But leave a comment below. Let me know. If you say candy corn, I need you to just leave the channel. I'm just joking. Don't leave the channel. Love that you're here. But seriously, candy corn is awful. I think it's a decoration. I don't think you're supposed to eat it. It's terrible. Okay, that's enough rambling. Now, it was a good day on the channel. They called it the Sports Equinox or something like that because all the major sports were playing today. We had a 4-2 night on the channel, 2-2 night in the NBA, though. We'll talk about those best bets here in a second. Before I do, I have a quick rant. You freaking Pelicans, what are you doing? Brandon Ingram is nowhere on the injury report, and 30 minutes to an hour before the game, you all of a sudden say he's out with an injury. The NBA is a freaking joke. It's the only sport that usually does this. I know we had this problem with Bijan Robinson's headache a couple weeks ago, but for the most part, NBA does this all the time. So my help for you is just be careful when you bet it. I have to give you the bets out the night before, but who knows what the heck is going to happen. Like right now, there's teams that I think are healthy, and before the game, they could sit out both of their superstars. I have no idea where it came from. I'm not saying that's the reason the Pelicans lost today, but I know that I wouldn't have bet it if I knew Brandon Ingram wasn't going to play. So it happens. It's not going to be the only time or the last time it happens this year where we get screwed by injuries because it happens to every bettor out there. But my goodness, that was absolutely ridiculous. How dare my Pelicans do that? Anyways, quick heads up. There's not many player props out right now. There's only 3 games. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go through every single game, which is only 3. I'm going to give you either a best bet or lean. In one game, I actually have one of each. And we're just going to give you some stats for each game, just kind of help you out. But overall, I have 2 best bets and 2 leans for these 3 games right now. If I have an added bet, I'll let you know tomorrow. But again, 3 games, and they're kind of tough matchups to bet. So that's what we got. Hit that like button, guys. If you have any time at all, leave a comment. It really helps this channel grow. We've already got 7.10 subscribers or something crazy like that. You guys are just unbelievable. Thank you for the support. I really appreciate it. For anybody who shares the video to their friends or family or anything like that, thank you. That goes a long ways too. So that's my rambling. Again, let me know your Halloween candy. I got to hear it. But let's start out with that bets recap. All right, there it is, guys. 4 bets because we added a play today, luckily, or yesterday. Pelicans -3. I already went on the rant. How dare you? How dare you do that to me? But in all honesty, it wasn't an excuse. I'm just telling you, I was mad because I wouldn't have bet it. But the Pelicans sucked. They absolutely sucked. It was so awful. They could not stop Steph Curry to save their life. And I love Steph Curry, so you know what? It happens when you play Curry. If he goes off, you're in deep trouble. The Pelicans couldn't make shots. Zion didn't get much help. Zion needs a jump shot or something. If he can only score hitting layups, that's just, I mean, at some point you're just going to have to force the your teammates to score because you're going to be triple teamed when you go to the paint. But still, Zion is pretty explosive. All right, next one. Asar Thompson. Who tailed that one? Over 7.5 rebounds with the inside information from Detroit. He had 10 after the third quarter. I would keep an eye on his rebounds prop, see if the books start catching on. I know they will at some point, but this guy is a monster with double-digit rebounds, I think, in 3 of the 4 games this year. KCP, 1+ steal, got it early. He's the man. I'm an idiot for adding LaMelo Ball 3+ threes. He was horrendous. Absolutely terrible. He still can't shoot. He went 0 for 6 in three-point range. He got in some foul trouble, I believe. Didn't play a ton of minutes that game. It was all ugly. Like a no-sweat loss, ugly. And then I added the moneyline parlay, but 3 legs, and this was an easy winner. Celtics, Bucks, and Nuggets moneyline parlay at +107. Hopefully you guys checked out Discord or the pinned comment in that video because that was a nice winner. So 2-2 yesterday. Game bets you see down there 1 and 2. Player props we were 0 and 4 at one point, so we're on a roll with those 5 and 5. Moneyline parlays now 3 and 1, up 2.39 units. 99 on the year, down just a little bit of juice, 0.66. So here we go. That's the bets recap for October 30th. Now let's get in to the best bets. All right, the first game takes us out to Cleveland, Ohio. We got the Cavs hosting the Knicks. Knicks -3, over under of 214.5. Now, this is a rematch from the playoffs last year, but let's get into the injuries real quick. And obviously, this could change at any freaking moment. Darius Garland out with a hamstring injury still. Donovan Mitchell questionable with a hamstring. They got some hamstring issues in Cleveland. Jared Allen still out with an ankle. He has not played yet this year. And then any other player on any of these two teams could be out at any moment in our lives. I'm just letting you guys know. So, but those are the three main ones. Head to head last year, Knicks went 3-1 versus them in the regular season and then knocked them out of the playoffs, winning 4 of the 5 games. Pretty easy series win. So overall, 7-2 against the Cavs last year. Cavs last year were an elite home team, and the Knicks were a very, very solid road team. So we'll see what gives here. But the Cavs now are down 2 starters, obviously, compared to last year. Pace of play. Some of you guys like over-unders and all that kind of stuff. Knicks, 17th, Cavs, 16th. So they both play at a pretty average pace so far this year, small sample size. Offensive rating, Knicks, 20th. The Cavs are 14th. And then you get to the defensive rating, which is a little bit of a surprise. Knicks are 12th, but the Cavs are 24th. I expect them to be better. Again, they don't have Jared Allen right now, their big boy down low. And they were really good last year, like a top 5 defense. So I do expect that to improve, but they're 24th right now. So, all right. Now, in this game, though, I have one lean and one best bet. I will give you my best bet first. It's only a half unit. Let's have some fun with it. Mitchell Robinson to have a double-double at plus 390 on DraftKings. Again, I'm putting a half unit on it, so don't go crazy with it. It's plus 390 for a reason. But this is just a pure value bet for me, to be honest with you. In the last 2 games, he's only fallen 2 and 3 points short of a double double. It's not like he's just not even close to one. He has 13 and 15 rebounds in the last 2 games. So, I mean, rebounds shouldn't be an issue. It should be the points that we're going to be watching. In games 4 and 5, the last 2 playoff games versus the Cavs last year when they were healthy, he had a double double in both of those games. So 2 of the 5 games, he had a double double. Like I said, no Jared Allen, which could make it a little bit easier. Give me Mitch Rob. If he can somehow get 10 points, I think we're looking pretty solid at plus 390. Hopefully, he doesn't get 9 or less rebounds. But like I said, he's been a monster on the last. So give me Mitch Rob double double at a half unit for plus 390. Now, just a lean I have for this game. I don't know why I couldn't pull a trigger. It's probably because it's an under. Julius, that's right, Orange Julius Randle, under 20.5 points at minus 120. He's really struggled this year, guys. He just looks pathetic. Honestly, he looks bad. He's doing some rebounding and assists and all that, but scoring wise, he looks slow. We talked about him having some regression this year, and it's happened so far. He has scored 10, 17, and 14 points this year, shooting 27.7% from the field and 30% from 3 point range. In the 5 playoff games versus the Cavs last year, in that 5 game series, he had 13, 7, 11, 22, and 19 going under this 20.5 in 4 of those 5 games. I like Julius Randle going under again. Again, it's a lean right now. Maybe if I start loving it, I will put a bet on it tomorrow. But honestly, I already have one on Mitchell Robinson. I don't want to put on 2 Knicks players. So that's my best bet. That's my lean in the Knicks and Cavs game. And now let's move on to the Spurs and Suns. All right, here we go. We got the Suns minus 6.5, over under of 227. Injuries in this game. It's the 2 big guys, Bradley Beal and Devin Booker. Big as in like really good, not size, obviously. The 2 superstars look like they're both out. Definitely Bradley Beal, and Booker looks like he's doubtful as well. So the Suns will be out with both players. Let's just talk about this game a little bit. Spurs looked like an absolute college team last time they played. Seriously, they lost to the Clippers by 40. They looked horrendous. Like maybe it was a hangover from finally winning a game, and it was against the Rockets in that game. The Suns just beat the Jazz last game by 22 points without Beal and Booker. Guys, they're playing pretty well, even without their superstars. They really are. They're 3-0 against the spread so far. Eric Gordon has stepped up on offense as well as a few other players. But let's talk pace of play. The Spurs have the 3rd fastest pace of play. The Suns are 11th. Offensive rating, the Spurs are 27th and the Suns are 17th. And then defensive rating, the Spurs are 21st and the Suns are 4th. Now, remember this. The Spurs are 21st. You think, okay, a little below average. They've also only gone against the Dallas Mavericks, the Houston Rockets, and the Clippers. 3 teams that are not known for just blowing the doors out on offense. The Suns are the 4th best defense right now, and they played the Lakers, Warriors, and Jazz. So I mean, it's pretty impressive what the Suns are doing. But now, with all that said, my best bet in this game is the Suns minus 6.5 at minus 110 on DraftKings. I think this number is too low. When the Spurs played one of the better teams this year, they played the Mavericks, who I don't think are very good, to be honest with you. Maybe they're a little better than I think, but they're not that good. And then they played the Rockets. Okay, they beat the Rockets at home in overtime. The Rockets are bad right now, it looks like. But then the Spurs stepped up in competition and played the Clippers, and we already talked about it. They lost by 40, guys. They got absolutely routed. Overall, if you look at all the other metrics for the Spurs, they're a bottom five offense and they're a bottom five defense right now. Yes, Wemby is fun to watch play, but that doesn't mean that doesn't equal a lot of wins or close games. Um, Even without Booker and Beal, like I said, this team's playing well. This is a big step down in competition. They've already played, like I mentioned, the Warriors, Lakers, and Jazz, and now they get to play the Spurs. And they just beat the crap out of the Jazz by 22 at home. I see them winning by 10 plus points here. I don't know why this line is so low. I know they're still missing superstars, but we're still talking Kevin Durant, guys. He could put up 35 to 40 easily. Eric Gordon steps in, gets 15 to 20. Nurkic another 10 to 15. I mean, they got guys. They're not going to struggle with that. And I don't think the Spurs are going to do well at scoring because they got a lot of young guys. They're on the road. I just don't see it, to be honest with you. So give me the Phoenix Suns at minus 6.5 as my best bet in this game. I don't really have a lean yet in this one. I haven't seen a ton of props out. I think Durant's probably going to be around 30.5 points, 31.5. That is a lot of points to go over. But yeah, if I have any other bets, I'll let you know in the pinned comments below. But my best bet in that game, I'm putting a full unit on it. Give me the Suns minus 6.5. And let's move on to the Magic and Clippers. Okay, the third and final game of the day. We got the Clippers minus 7, over under of 220.5. The Magic are playing currently as we are recording this video against the Lakers, which makes this a little hard to bet. But injuries, Ivica, I think that's how you say it, Zubac, questionable with the quad. Norman Powell, game time decision with a foot injury. And then always keep your eyes out for Paul George and Kawhi Leonard because they may wake up on the wrong side of the bed and not play. So we'll see. Notes in this game. Now, Magic are in the middle of playing, like I already mentioned, but I don't know if they have any injuries. So it's hard for me to like give you player props or what they're gonna do. Maybe since it's the second night of a back to back, maybe they rest somebody. I don't know what's gonna happen. So just stay tuned, see what's going on tomorrow if you do want to bet this game. But the Magic play some slow down basketball. They use their athleticism and defense, and we'll talk about that here in a little bit. This will be the best team that the Clippers have probably faced so far this season. The Clippers have faced the Blazers, Jazz, and Spurs. So just want to point that out. But pace of play, like I mentioned, the Magic dead last 30th. This is without knowing all the numbers from the Lakers game, but so far they play ridiculously slow. They did play slow last year, so it's not a fluke. Clippers about average at 14th. Offensive rating, Magic ninth in the league. Clippers second, again, small sample size on everything. Defensive rating, Magic are the third best at 96.8. Clippers, eighth best at 104.8 defensive rating. Now, I don't have a best bet, like I mentioned, but I do have a lean in this game, and I'm going to lean to the under 220.5. I mean, guys, you can't expect me to really put a bet on a game when the team's playing right now, but the under just looks pretty to me. Magic play at the slowest pace, like we just talked about, and the Clippers are average. So the pace in general works towards its under 220.5. Plus the top three defensive rating, and they have good, long, athletic players, guys. I mean, they got some guys that can play some defense. The Magic totals this season in the two games, because I don't know what that total ended up with. But it did look like when we were recording that they were going to end under 220 again. I could be wrong, but 199 and 202 for those two totals for the Magic games. So I mean, they haven't even been close to this total right now. The Clippers this season 206, 228, 224. So they have gone over in two of the three. But those are against awful defenses. Like I said, the Blazers, Spurs, and Jazz. So the Clippers have scored 118 or more points in every game because, like I said, they're playing terrible teams. The Magic will be a much tougher challenge. And sometimes the Clippers can struggle in the half court offense, and if they are playing a good defense, I like this matchup. I could see it. So, the Magic offense could also be a little sluggish in the back to back. We'll see, but I do lean under 220.5. Again, no official bet in this game, just a lean, but that's what I have for this game as of now. Check the pin comments for more. So that's what we got. That's my review of the three games, my bets, my leans. Let's check out the bets recap. All right, we got about 1.5 best bets. The first one is only a half unit. It's Mitch Rob, double plus 390 on DraftKings. He is on the New York Knickerbockers. And then the Suns minus 6.5 is my only 1 unit play of the day. Again, guys, three games. I'm not going to sit here and force 3 or 4 bets, but that's what I like as a unit for the Suns. And then leans for right now, Julius Randle under 20.5 points. Then the under in the Magic and Clippers. I don't recommend you just go out and bet all these, but I just kind of want to let you know what my thought process is on these games, just to kind of help you out with your handicap and hopefully make it just informational. So that's what we got. Any added plays in the pin comments? And that's October 31st, and we are about on to November. This is wild. But yeah, if you guys got kids and you celebrate Halloween, hope everyone stays safe, has a great Halloween, enjoy some family time. I know we have a huge slate of NBA on Wednesday, so I got to get back home and get some research done after that. But thank you as always, and we'll talk to you soon.